Yes, indeed, Aldrin. Businesses could not take up that fund, that funding. It was too much. The repayment costs were too much. It was something that did not attract as many businesses as had hoped for. But it just tells you that the finance cost, the financing costs of the funding. We spoke about this. We spoke about this with Vusi Vogwana, the founder of Kasi Catalyst. Yesterday, she was saying access to affordable finance is the beacon that is going to actually help black businesses in this country. But we've spoken, we've brought you unions, communists, we've brought you economists, tax experts, and the business lobby groups. We're now bringing you the Young Communist League. We haven't really spoken to young people when it comes to this budget speech and their expectations. And the Young Communist League, in their latest statement, they said that the fight for a socialist alternative is on. The youth and the working class must refuse to be sacrificed mercilessly at the altar of capitalism and neoliberal greed. I'm joined now by the National Secretary of the Young Communist League, of course, the League of the Youth League in terms of the South African Communist Party, and that is Mzwandile Thakhudi. Mzwandile, thank you so much for your time. Very clear statements about what the young people need in this country. A lot of people are saying that, young people are saying that the face of unemployment is young and black. The face of the poor is young and black. What do you hope this particular budget speech is not going to do, which it has been done over the years?
Yes, thank you, Xolani, for having us, and greetings to the viewers at home. As a Young Communist League of South Africa have observed with sheer disappointment the ongoing neoliberal trajectory and austeritization of our policy space in government, especially in the country. And quite correctly, you are saying the face of unemployment is young. Over 60% of the youth here in this country are without employment and thus unemployed. Not only is it young, but unemployment and poverty, but it's also women. And we do hope that this budget today, one, it does not increase the value-added tax hikes, because not so long ago, we, alongside the South African Communist Party, went to the National Treasury to make a call to the Department of Treasury to say, put an exemption on certain essential services or products that are used by a majority of the working class communities, which are a majority in this country. And we have said that you must increase corporate tax, which has not increased for some time, but VAT has increased from 28%. You must increase capital gains tax in this country, such that we're able, the rich are able to provide government with resources such that they can channel it to development.
There's a school of thought, Mzwandile, that says if you tax the rich, they will run away and find other countries to live in which are not so tax intensive. You run the risk of driving out people who are actually, the people with deep pockets who are investors in this country. Are you not running that risk if you are saying tax the rich, tax the rich? There is a threshold that says this now is unfair. Until at what threshold should we be taxing the rich? So my question is, isn't that going to drive the rich out of the country as they have been leaving the country?
Thank you. We are well conversant of this fallacy, and we have got to emphasize that we are aware that in the period between 4 years, between 2017 and 2023, we have had the migration of about 38,000 taxpayers, but their reasons may vary, not only due to taxation, number one. Number two, you have personal income tax that is responsible for 37.4% of the fiscus, that is the tax collection. So, and that is your the greatest chunk of this the revenue in the country is provided not by corporate tax, not by either VAT, capital gains, or whatever. It is collected from the personal income tax, number one. So if you are already taxing the workers so much, then increasing also on the VAT, it kukucinezela abantu in our conception. And the manifesto which we voted for as young people said the ANC-led government will do what will manage the cost of living crisis we are seeing. Then our problem, we are saying, we are finding ourselves here because of this government of neoliberal unity, because theirs is to maximize. We must explain to the public that austeritization of the policy space means essentially selling of state assets, maximizing our service to the debt, but also outsourcing. But we do have a track record. State capture shows us what the private capital or private sector cannot achieve under this situation. So we are saying, just like in 1937, the World Trade Depression, the Keynesian provided intervention, that state intervention under this condition is the only plausible solution.
Mzwandile, thank you so much for your time. Young Communist League, Iman is saying that do not cut spending on departments, tax the rich, and make sure that you take care of the young and vulnerable. Back to you in studio.